We here at DFB try a lot of food. Some new things, some classic stuff, some that we're trying to give a second chance. But today we're ranking the cheapest, the tastiest, and the overall best snacks you can get in Hollywood Studios in Disney World. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Now, I think it's safe to say that this is my favorite new series for this channel because not only do I get to talk about affordable snacks in Disney World, but I get to talk about the best affordable snacks in Disney World, and then we get to rank them from the good to the greatest to the best. We are in Hollywood Studios today, finding all the most awesome snacks under $10 that we can find. And while each of these snacks have already proven their worth in the taste category for the most part, we're also going to be ranking these today based on other factors like uniqueness and stretching your dollar and less divisive flavor profiles that almost everyone in your family is going to be able to get behind. You know, things like that. Let the ranking begin. We are going to start in Galaxy's Edge at the milk stand. Ever wanted to try that iconic blue and green milk straight out of the Star Wars films? No? Well, maybe now you will. Maybe? Blue and green milk is served over at the milk stand in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it is interesting for sure. I don't know, some folks on our team love these milks and think they're a nice and refreshing treat for around $9. Now, for the record, the milk here isn't really a moo cow sort of milk. They're actually frozen beverages made with non-dairy rice and coconut milks, making them plant-based and vegan-friendly. The blue milk is supposed to be flavored with notes of dragon fruit, pineapple, lime, and watermelon, and the green milk is supposed to be flavored with mandarin orange, passion fruit, grapefruit, and orange blossom. But then there are others on our team who think $9 is still pretty steep for a small novelty cup of an icy beverage, especially since neither of the drink flavor profiles are super prominent to begin with. Many wind up thinking the blue milk tastes like the sugary residue left over after a bowl of cereal, which is usually pretty good, but this isn't really. Not in my opinion. Now, the green milk's floral flavors overpower any other fruity flavors, so it's a little more like perfume. But if you're a Star Wars fan or just a fan of trying something totally unique while you're on vacation, either milk is worth trying at least once, even if just for the photo op. Rank 5.5 out of 10. Entrees at fast food locations might push you over that $10 limit, but their desserts won't. And so many of the Hollywood Studios quick services have really yummy and unique desserts that might make stopping by worth it, even if you decide not to order a full-on meal there. For example, ABC Commissary over off Commissary Lane has a mint chocolate chip cheesecake right now for a little over $5, which is a chocolate cheesecake topped with dark chocolate ganache and whipped mint chocolate chip cream. So this is kind of like a thin mint cheesecake. This is a great one for chocolate lovers, and even if you're not the world's biggest fan of mint, the minty whipped cream is light and it doesn't overpower the chocolate. It's also easy to scrape off with a fork and just hand it to your mint-loving friend. There, now you just have a rich chocolatey cheesecake. Fairfax Fair off Sunset Boulevard has the Enchanted Rose right now, which is made with dark chocolate mousse on top of a blackcurrant and morella cherry flavored shortbread cookie with whipped cookies and cream fluff and gilded chocolate covered cacao nibs on top, all for about $6. The cherry of this treat is very prominent, so even if the flower is pretty and picturesque, you have to like cherry flavoring if you want to order this dessert. Oh, and just for the record, this dessert has been known to menu hop. We've also seen it at Catalina Eddie's before, so don't be surprised if it does any switcheroos while you're in the park. And at Pizza Rizzo over in Grand Avenue, there's a cute sugar cookie pizza topped with strawberry jam, white chocolate, and sprinkles for a little less than $5. This treat's nice and moist, but it does get a little messy, so be sure to pack some hand wipes in your park bag to wash up those sticky fingers afterwards. Always pack hand wipes. This is a rule of thumb for DFB reporters and DFB team in general. Rank on this one 6 out of 10. But keep an eye out for a bunch of other desserts. The reason why we're kind of lumping these all together into a category is because these change out quite a bit. So even if you're watching this video in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, they will probably still be bringing unique, interesting desserts to various fast food locations around Hollywood Studios. So keep an eye out for those. Okay, we've got another recommendation from Pizza Rizzo here in the first few minutes of the video. Are we even watching a DFB video anymore? I don't know. Well, get ready. You never know what you're going to get here. I'm going to do a double upset. Not only am I ranking an another pizzerizzo item, but I'm going to cheat and rank an item that actually breaks our under $10 budget. But I promise this will all make sense, so just hang on. We're not the world's biggest fans of this quick service puffy dough personal pizza situation that's supposed to be known for, and we don't tend to keep that a secret. But what we actually do kind of sort of enjoy here is the meatball sub for about $11. This meatball sub is made with a hoagie roll stuffed with seasoned meatballs, marinara sauce, provolone, and a choice of a side. Now here's where my bending the under $10 rule starts to pay off. This meatball sub is easily splittable between two people, especially when you throw in the extra side. So if you go halvesies with your buddy on this, you'll both wind up paying way less than $10 for a thick half sub and side salad. And then you can go out and enjoy more snacks later on because you won't fill up entirely after one meal and you'll have a lot of money left over. Now there are actually a lot of full quick service meals for about $10.49 or $10.99 at Hollywood Studios that could very well fit into this category. So if you're looking for a substantial snack or lighter lunch for two people, browse Hollywood Studios quick service menus and find the entrees that barely toe the over $10 line for a super affordable and shareable tasty midday snack. Rank 6 out of 10. Have you ever come across a treat that you're slightly scared of, but you want to try it anyways just to say you have? That's what the Andoan fruit is for me. This is at Rancho Roasters. It's a $7 cup of fruit and veggie sticks, but like fruit and veggies from space, I guess? This cup includes jicama, cucumber, pineapple, melon, and dragon fruit, doused in tamarind sauce and dusted with peppercorn ash. As it turns out, this is a solid plant-based snack, y'all. The fruit is fresh and crisp, and the tamarind sauce is spicy and flavorful. Who said you can't get fresh fruit in Disney World? Not to mention, this comes with a lid, so if you don't want to finish up your entire snack right then, you can always pop that lid back on and save the rest for later. For a different Rancho Roasters snack option that's not plant-based but still just as portable, you might also want to try the Kiro pork rinds. This is a bag of pork rinds seasoned in ancho chili, cheddar, smoke, and cinnamon, all for a little over $7. The combo of seasonings from salty to cheesy to sweet to spicy is like a flavor blast in your mouth. Now, they do get kind of messy and crumbly, so expect your fingers to get all coated in stuff, kind of like what you'd expect from the cheesy dust from the Cheetos. Rank 6 out of 10. Goos Cantina over in Galaxy's Edge might be a spaceport bar, but it's totally kid-friendly, and even though the spiked drinks are what you might hear about initially, there are several mocktails available at Goos too, for those who'd rather have their otherworldly spirits in zero-proof fashion for a much cheaper price point. Most of the concoctions without alcohol range in price between $6.50 and $7.50, aside from the Blue Bantha, but that's because it comes with a sugar cookie too, so double snack. And if you're looking for an alcohol-less Jell-O-like shot concoction, Goos Obsession for $7.50 might be more your speed. This bacteria-looking substance is made with lemonade, cotton candy flavoring, blueberry popping pearls, and a bursting dried fruit mixture, aka like dried fruit pop rocks, kind of. And what you're probably picking up on very quickly is that the food in Galaxy's Edge is adventurous in both style and flavor. But rest assured, even though the Goos Obsession looks funky, the flavors are tame and kid-friendly with lots of interesting fruity textures in each bite. Rank 6.5 out of 10. So this chocolate chip cookie is so good it actually has two homes in Hollywood Studios. In the Pixar Plaza area, right outside Toy Story Land, you can grab a Jack Jack Num Num cookie at either the market or the neighborhood bakery. This dessert is described as a warm, crunchy, but gooey chocolate chip cookie tart, which yeah, sure does hit the nail on the head. These are just simply very rich, huge, and thick chocolate chip cookies, and if you get them served fresh and warm, they're even better. Are they super innovative? No. But if you're tired of all the bizarre snacks over in Galaxy's Edge, this cookie might feel like a warm hug. You can pick up one for a little over $6 at either location, depending on which one is open, although according to the online menu, you might have to pay like 10 cents more for the Num Num cookies at Neighborhood Bakery. I don't know why. Now here's a little trivia about the Num Num cookie. Most of you probably know that this launched back when Pixar Pier launched in Disney California Adventure over in Disneyland. But they came over to Disney World pretty soon after that. Then when COVID shut down the parks in Disney World, we actually found the bakery that makes these for Disney, and you could actually go and buy them at the bakery on like weekend mornings for way cheaper. Now, I think they have shut down that option for the public to be able to buy them, but that's just a little trivia for you about the Jack Jack Num Num cookie. Very interesting. So some of Hollywood Studios' best snacks under $10 aren't always listed on the regular menus. Instead, you gotta time your visit just right if you wanna try these seasonally exclusive secret treats. So here's a quick list of some of our past favorite limited edition Hollywood Studios snacks. Now keep in mind that while these snacks can return year after year, they're not always guaranteed, so you'll wanna make sure you stay up to date on what seasonal treats will be available during your next visit. You can do that by signing up for our newsletter. It's totally free, and we will always let you know all the treats coming to Hollywood Studios during your trip. The link to sign up for that newsletter is right down in the description. Okay, around Halloween, we like to swing by Hollywood Scoops for the candy corn milkshake, which is a candy corn ice cream shake topped with a vanilla cake donut, whipped cream, spooky sprinkles, and candy corn for a little over $9. For Christmas, we gotta try the hot chocolate Lunchbox tart made with chocolate fudge filling, hot chocolate marshmallow fondant, and mini marshmallows for less than $5. During Hispanic Heritage Month, we found one of the best funnel cakes ever at Epic Eats. It was the mango chamoy funnel cake that combined mango Dole Whip with chamoy mango puree and chili lime seasoning, all served on a funnel cake for a little over $8. Super deal. And we've even fallen a little head over heels for the past May the 4th exclusive treats like the Dark Side chocolate creation that's appeared at several quick service spots before, which is that Darth Maul inspired dome made with malted milk chocolate mousse, raspberry mousse filling, slivered almonds, and a chocolate shortbread cookie for $6. Again, you never know what seasonal offerings might be available during your next visit, but that's also part of the fun. There's always something new that you might want to track down. And best of all, it's not going to break the bank. Rank 6.5 out of 10 on those seasonal treats. Okay, yes, I am aware that the main selling point of Katsaka's Kettle and Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be the interesting popcorn assortments like the blue buttered grains, that's basically just popcorn, and the Outpost popcorn mix. And yes, the popcorns here technically fit our under $10 budget, but I can't in good conscience put either of those on this best snacks list. I'm sorry, I know some of y'all like that stuff, but the blue butter grains is just popcorn dyed blue, and the Outpost popcorn, I just don't like it. A lot of you do, that's fine. A lot of our DFB team like it too, but it's not going on my list. That's my hot take. Anyway, I'm still telling you about it here. So if you love it, you love it. Now, what I'm gonna promote here instead is the Cold Brew Black Calf for a little over $5, which is also very much a hot take. The Cold Brew Black Calf is Joffrey's cold brew topped with sweet cream cheese and chocolate puffs like Cocoa Puffs. Okay, so for all my soft top fans out there, don't be misled. The sweet cream cheese on top of this cold brew is not like what you'd order from Dutch Bros. Instead, it's slightly thicker and has that sweetness you'd expect from cream cheese icing, only much thinner than actual cream cheese icing. It's also not as powerfully sweet as actual cream cheese icing either. Instead, it melts into the bitter cold brew to help balance out that sweetness throughout the entire drink, so it's not all stuck on the top. And I don't know about you, but I like the extra chocolatey layer from the Cocoa Puffs. Maybe not everyone wants a little crunch in their coffee, but I sure don't mind it. This is definitely a treat that the DFB team split down the middle with, but if you like cold brew, sweet cream, and unique flavored drinks to help perk up your morning, this one checks all the boxes. Rank 6.5 out of 10. Next on our list are the build your own fries at Rosie's All-American Cafe. Now, if you haven't heard of these, that's because they don't technically exist. It's just based on what you can get for side dishes over at Rosie's. So let me explain. Sometimes the best Disney snacks are the ones we have complete control over, which is why Rosie's off Sunset Boulevard is, strangely enough, one of the places that we find ourselves craving every now and again, even though it is Sunset Ranch Market, and I always tell you never to go to Sunset Ranch Market. So on the Rosie's menu, you're going to find 3 sides that can be constructed into chili cheese fries. So you order a basket of fries for $5, you add on a cup of plastic cheese for $1, and you go all out and order the cup of chili too for another extra $1. And there we go, you've got some chili cheese fries for around $7. Better yet, you've got chili cheese fries that allow you to control the portions of each ingredient. Want to go easy on the cheese but dump all the chili on top? Go for it. Want to drench your fries in cheese and keep things light on the chili? Do that instead. Want to keep all those ingredients deconstructed because you like the idea of chili cheese fries but also hate the idea of your food touching? Hey, perfect solution. And this isn't the only place where you can buy some plastic cheese to go along with your side of potato-y goodness. You can also get fries and cheese sauce over at Backlot Express in Echo Lake 2, which is something that I do, all the time. Now, Dockside Diner, also in Echo Lake, has $1 cheesy cups as well, but instead of French fries to go along with them, you can order a basket of house-made chips for a little over $4. If you're looking for something a little more crispy, that's the way to go. The chips and cheese or chili cheese fries in Hollywood Studios aren't all that different from what you'll get in other theme parks, but sometimes that's exactly what you're craving, especially if you've already indulged in some of those super sweet items during the day. Rank 6.5 out of 10. Okay, we're still at Rosie's All-American Cafe, which is shocking. How in the world, when I always say don't go to Sunset Ranch Market, are there so many good snacks here? So, I mean, that's something to keep in mind. The entrees at Sunset Ranch Market, nothing to write home about, but the snacks, maybe something to check out. Now, this next one is something super sweet that stood the test of time at this unassuming counter service. The peanut butter cookie sandwich was originally introduced to Rosie's All-American Cafe during Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration a couple years ago. But even after the festivities concluded, this cookie stuck around. Now, instead of it being themed around the 50th festivities, it's themed after Fantasmic. A colorful decorative chocolate piece covers the top of the cookie that has Fantasmic on it. Now, the cookie itself is made of a pretzel shortbread sandwiched with strawberry jam and peanut butter chocolate fudge, which makes it very reminiscent of a salty sweet PB&J. And the pretzel shortbread has a good flavor but can be a little bit dry and crumbly, which may be kind of off-putting if you were more of a soft and chewy cookie fan. However, the layers of filling do help and add a nice gooey texture to the mix, and it's also very different from your average chocolate chip cookie, so the uniqueness of it alone might be a major selling point for you. You can pick up this surviving 50th anniversary treat for a little over $5, and spoiler alert, the cookie isn't the only treat on today's list that survived after the 50th anniversary wrapped up, so stay tuned for more lingering celebratory treats that are trying their best to blend in with the usual Hollywood snack lineup. Rank 7 out of 10. Now, I know you can always pick up a classic carnival-style funnel cake at Epic Eats over in Echo Lake, but you can also get one that's loaded for just $1 more. There are two types of loaded funnel cake varieties that you can choose at this kiosk. The first is the funnel cake with strawberry topping and soft serve vanilla ice cream, and the second is the funnel cake with cookies and cream and soft serve vanilla ice cream. Now, think about it this way. If you buy a regular funnel cake at Epic Eats, you're going to pay a little over $7 for it. And if you buy a vanilla cone on top of that, you're going to pay almost $6 for that. But if you get the loaded funnel cake, you get a hearty combo of both for just over $8. See, math can be fun sometimes. Now, Epic Eats has always had these funnel cakes, and they've always been a really, really, really great deal. Very shareable, a ton of food, and the price point has always been kept pretty low. So definitely these are the same ones that have been there for years and years. Nothing new here, but still a great deal. And as we mentioned earlier, be on the lookout for other loaded Epic Eats funnel cake varieties that are released throughout the season, but still tend to cost around the same price as the standard loaded varieties you'll find all year round. Rank 7.5 out of 10. So this cookie entered our best snacks list at just the last second because it's brand new. The Terror cookie can be found at the Joffrey's kiosk just outside the Tower of Terror exit. Now, this is a place that a lot of people overlook. They don't even know it's there sometimes if they didn't actually ride Tower of Terror. Now, this one's made with white chocolate chips, Oreo bits, and a dusting of cinnamon sugar on top. We think it's cinnamon sugar. It might be brown sugar, but pretty sure it's cinnamon sugar. It's also dyed purple, and we all know how much scarier things are when they're dyed purple. Now, this cookie may not be much of a looker, but it's surprisingly delicious. It's moist and soft and actually a little more doughy than a Gideon's Bakehouse cookie. That sugary white chocolate flavor comes out really strongly, and the white chocolate isn't, at least in our cookie, it wasn't hard. You know, it wasn't like you're biting into this really hard chocolate chip. It was actually a little bit soft. Now, even though that sugar overpowers the Oreos a bit, we could still taste them just enough to have missed them if they hadn't been there. This cookie cost a little over $6, but be warned, it's awfully elusive and sells out fast. Some may even call it a ghost, so prioritize this one earlier on in the day before it disappears. Rank 8 out of 10. Now, you knew this one was coming. You knew the Wookiee cookie from Backlot Express is a dessert we consider to be an old friend because every time we order it, we're happy. You want a bite of serotonin? This is a bite of serotonin for about $7. The Wookiee cookie is made up of 2 oatmeal cookies sandwiched together with a fluffy whoopie pie cream filling. And best of all, it looks like Chewbacca, from the color of the cookie itself to the chocolate bandolier piece embellishing it on top. Tasty and well-themed? Yes, please. That being said, the Wookiee cookie seems to be a little bit different nowadays. Instead of the cookies being more like that Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie texture that we love, by the way, you can get an OCP over at Pop Century, that is a little more towards the Little Debbie variety, just so you know. But these ones on the Wookie cookie are now a lot thicker recently, and the cream seems to taste less like vanilla and more like straight up whipped sugar or maybe marshmallow. Now, my hope is that this isn't a permanent change and that the recipe returns to normal soon, or maybe this was just a weird batch. But this is a good time to mention that Disney World can change up their menus and ingredients when you least expect them to, meaning a treat that maybe you heard us talk about in the past might not be 100% the same treat we recommended before. That's why we go back and eat them again and again and again, because we want to make sure to let you know if things are changing a little bit for the better or for worse. Now, speaking of going back and retrying stuff again and again and again and updating things, that's the same deal with our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining over on dfbstore.com. We review every single place you can eat and drink and snack around Disney World property, but we keep our information up to date. We update these guides twice a year, so you don't have to be thrown off by a sudden menu change before your visit. If you want to purchase this digital companion to study up on before and during your Disney World vacation, be sure to type in code YouTube before you check out to save some more money. Rank 8.5 out of 10. Well, the DFB guide is 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, but the Wookie cookie, 8.5 out of 10. Okay, we're back at Sunset Ranch Market. I don't know what to make of that, y'all, but we are at Hollywood Scoops, which has never kind of been associated with the Sunset Ranch Market, Catalina Eddie's, Rosie's All-American, debacle, right? Hollywood Scoops, definitely on the fringe, on the edge, and has been reliable, for a good long time now. Anyway, this little kiosk that's right next to Tower of Terror sells sundaes, ice cream cones, and over-the-top seasonal shakes. Remember, like we talked about that candy corn one. But the one sundae here that'll give you the most bang for your buck is the Mickey Brownie sundae for about $8. This is a house-made Mickey-shaped brownie and old-fashioned vanilla ice cream with hot fudge and whipped cream. Now, one of my favorite parts about Hollywood Scoops is that you're ordering that classic hand-dipped, super creamy ice cream here. It's not soft serve, and this is what really makes this sundae so good in the first place. But then you go and add that cakey, fudgy Mickey brownie, as well as those colorful Mickey-shaped sprinkles, and you got yourself a real prize of a Disney treat here that's gonna make anybody happy. There's just two complaints we've got about it. One, it melts real fast because you got that hot fudge and the Florida sun. And two, it's a heavy dessert. There's a lot going on here. It's a lot of baked goods and sugar and straight up dairy, y'all. So we always recommend splitting this one because it's easier to eat faster with two people, and then you don't kind of have to deal with the stomach upset of all of it by yourself. Rank 8.5 out of 10. Now this next one's kind of random, so stick with me. ABC Commissary is more known for its quick service fare with an international twist, but you can actually order the sides on this menu separately if you didn't want to go all out on a big meal. Now, why would you do this? Well, first of all, the sides are pretty eclectic. We've got black beans with pork topped off with queso fresco, steak fries, Mexican rice, even arugula farro salad made with Granny Smith apples, dried cranberries, plant-based Parmesan, and pecans tossed in a Dijon vinaigrette. Second of all, each of these items are actually under $5 each. And thirdly, they make for a potentially more substantial snack option that's going to fuel you up for longer than all the sugary and fried stuff will. I'm not saying all this stuff is exciting or Mickey-shaped or even fun to take a picture of and post on the gram, but when you need something more filling, but not too filling and still under $10, go ahead and mix up some of these sides. Maybe get the salad with some Baby Bell cheese. Maybe get the beans and pork with some Mexican rice. It's going to feel like a full meal, even though you're still paying well under $10. Rank 8.5 out of 10. And here she is, the other 50th anniversary dessert that stood the test of time. They keep putting different overlays on her. She was recently the Oscar darling of the park, but she's still the same Toffee and Coconut Blondie from Catalina Eddie's. Depending on when you last visited Hollywood Studios, you might have originally known this one by the Glimmer and Shimmer Blondie. I still find myself slipping up and calling it that because it's just a prettier name for a treat. Now, the Glimmer and Shimmer Blondie was originally all decked out in 50th anniversary golden flare, but after the anniversary, she got stripped of that extra bling so she could stay with us for a little while longer. The Toffee and Coconut Blondie is a gooey toffee and toasted coconut blondie topped with salted caramel buttercream. It is huge, my friends. Very, very big and very, very shareable. Now, much like the Enchanted Rose, this little Blondie has been quite the vagabond these past few years, getting passed around from quick service to quick service. She started at Backlot Express and was there for the whole 50th anniversary, but now she's over at Catalina Eddie's, still as tasty as ever. If you're not a coconut fan though, you probably might want to skip this since the coconut is pretty prominent in this one. But if you do like that tropical flavor mixed with other sweeter flavors, very brown sugary here, all packed into a giant Blondie that costs under $5, it's time for you to answer the call, the Coconut Blondie call. Rank 9 out of 10. Now, I had a hard time choosing just one thing under $10 to prioritize at Woody's Lunchbox, so I'm going to share multiple things, and I have no regrets. Woody's Lunchbox in Toy Story Land is a treasure trove for cheap, snacky items at all times throughout the day. If you come here for breakfast, you can order a breakfast tachos bowl for about $9, made with a hearty portion of potato barrels, smothered in smoked brisket country gravy, scrambled eggs, and a sprinkling of green onions. But if you come here at any time throughout the day, you can order a Lunchbox tart for under $5. You can even order 2 Lunchbox tarts and still be within our $10 price limit. Now, the Lunchbox tarts are fancy Pop-Tarts. The most typical flavor you'll find here is the raspberry marmalade stuffed one, coated in strawberry fondant. But be on the lookout for seasonal Lunchbox tarts, which pop up frequently over here too. Now, I know I mentioned toward the beginning of this video that quick service entrees will push you over the $10 limit, but that's not entirely true. Adult entrees will push you over the $10 limit, but the kids entrees don't do the same. Adults and kids alike are totally allowed to order off the kids' menus at Disney fast food joints for a quick and much cheaper fill-up during the day. But our favorite kids' meal to pick up in Hollywood Studios has to be the kids' grilled cheese at Woody's Lunchbox, which comes with a half sandwich instead of the whole that comes with a full adult portion, filled with melted provolone, cheddar, and American cheese on grilled sourdough bread. But it doesn't stop there. It also comes with a side. We tend to choose the tomato soup since those pair up perfectly together, and your choice of drink as well. And you get all that for just under $7. Like, that is an incredibly good, high quality meal. The only problem with it is that there's no indoor seating at Woody's. So this can be a real problem when it's really, really hot or really, really rainy. But if it's not, if you're there on a beautiful day, this is a great option. And to be fair, grilled cheese and tomato soup, not revolutionary, but this is a really, really good one. Rank 9.5 out of 10. Now, I can't tell you how ecstatic I am that the carrot cake cookie / whoopie pie is back in my good graces again, because we've definitely had our qualms with this one these past couple of years. But I just ordered this treat during my most recent visit to Hollywood Studios, and I'm happy to report that yes, this one is still worth ordering. And dare I say, I would definitely pick it over the Wookiee cookie. Yes. It's true. This iconic treat is made with loads of cream cheese frosting sandwiched between 2 thick cake-like carrot cake cookies. It's not the same as it used to be when it was back at Writer's Stop. I will concede that point, but it is still excellent, especially if you let it sit for a little while and warm up. It's not as good when it's cold right out of the case because that makes it a little gummy. So let it sit for a little while. I happened to accidentally let mine sit in a hot car for an hour. And it ended up being really delicious after that. That's all I'm going to say. Now, this treat is huge. And it is easily shared with a friend. Maybe not easily. It's hard to want to split something this good, but it's possible. I shared it with DFB Cassie, and I didn't even really get mad at her. And recently, the carrot cake cookie whoopie pie did get a price increase, making it now a little over $5 instead of a little over $4. But it's still a tasty, filling, sweet dessert, and it's the perfect balance of safe and familiar flavors presented in a unique and well-executed fashion. Let it warm up a little bit, and it's a 9.5 out of 10. Now it's time to reveal the best Hollywood Studios snack, in our humble opinion, under $10. But before I name drop the golden prize winner, I've got a free gift for you. If you scan the QR code you see on the screen now or head to disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks, you can pick up an official list of our top 10 snacks in each Disney World park, complete with detailed maps to show you where each snack is located, so you don't have to go on a wild goose chase to find them. That's right, you get our snack maps. You're welcome. And now back to the winner, the waffle platter at Hollywood Scoops. Anyone else shocked by this one? Don't worry, I'll explain. When it comes to breakfast options, Hollywood Studios is actually on the mark. They've got that stuff over at Woody's Lunchbox. They've got the morning Ronto wrap over at Rancho Roasters, but that's over $10, so we couldn't recommend it, unfortunately, for this video. But if you want to get something when you first are walking into the park, you can grab something from Trolley Car Cafe, but it gets so packed when the park first opens. So where do you need to go for breakfast in Hollywood Studios if you want a less busy place to pick up food on the go, you want to keep things under $10, and you want that Disney spirit? You go to Hollywood Scoops. This has a waffle platter that'll give you 3 blueberry flavored Mickey waffles. Is the only place you can get blueberry Mickey waffles, by the way, topped with whipped cream and syrup, all for under $10. This makes for the perfect breakfast to grab either before or after a ride on Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, which are both within steps of this little ice cream kiosk. Just keep in mind that these waffles are only available during breakfast, so after 11 a.m., it's strictly ice cream and shakes over here. But if you're here early enough and you've got a hankering for something gloriously Disney specific, Hollywood Scoops has a surprisingly tasty, very unique, can't find it anywhere else breakfast offering that you can order for your family without dropping a whole bunch of cash. Rank 10 out of 10. Got a good list of Hollywood Studios must-tries added to your itinerary now? Fantastic. Remember, there are even more Disney World snacks featured in our free Best Snacks Guide, which you can pick up right now at disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks. And we're ranking the best snacks under $10 at all the parks, so definitely go check those videos out next. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.